Fear is by far the biggest stumbling block standing in the way between where you are now and where you want to go. It is by far the singular, most unwanted, but very relevant feeling when you're taking a leap of faith and starting off on your own steam. In this session, we are going to discuss one very important subject: starting a new business. Inhale courage, exhale fear. Hello and a very warm welcome to this week's session, which is going to be a very interesting one. Now, if you've been following the sessions every single week, I would so appreciate if you hit the like button if you've been enjoying what you've been getting, and also subscribe to the channel to keep getting weekly mentoring and weekly coaching sessions if you are planning to start or grow your business. In today's session, starting a new business, inhaling courage, exhaling fear. Now, we've already said that fear is by far one of the biggest blocks that we can encounter when we're starting a new business. Fear, self-doubt, uncertainty, they're obviously all very natural, very raw feelings, and people experience these when they are at the point of making a very huge decision and starting a new business. If you're going from a job that is a safety net, even if you hate it, but it's providing for you, it's providing for your family, and if you're going from that into an unknown quantity with no guaranteed income, then it's obviously going to provoke anxiety and is going to provoke fear. So fear is a very primary emotion that's hardwired in our system, and it has been with us for the past 6.5 million years. So it's a natural way for life to protect us against danger. So fear can be very useful when in the past with our ancestors, they were out hunting and they needed to protect their life. And this is why fear is so primary. But today we pull on it in situations that doesn't always merit the amount of fear we feel. Now, did you know that 30% of the world population would rather jump out of a plane than start their own business? So how are we going to overcome fear? How are we going to inhale this courage and exhale fear? Now, as you know, Tony Robbins is one of my favorite mentors, and he always said that fear is false evidence appearing real. If you think about it, the stuff that creates most fear is obviously uncertainty. Now, when there's an element of the unknown, there's a good chance that there is false evidence appearing real. So how are we going to turn this fear and use this powerful emotion that drives us and turn it into courage? Here are some practical tips that can help you make monumental decisions when starting a new business. Number one, you should always be doing your research. When you have your first business idea, you're consumed with excitement, you're consumed with passion, you're pumping with adrenaline. However, taking your idea and bringing it to life by starting a new business becomes completely a different matter. You can balance your idea with reality by doing good research. Now, this is called the validation process. You are going to ask yourself a series of questions and see how well your idea answers to these questions. Does the market need the product or your service? If yes, who is your target client? Do you have competition in this field? If yes, what kind of competition? What can you offer that is going to be a cut above the rest? The last question may be the hardest one to answer, but remember that you are unique. You are an individual. You have personality, and this could be enough to give you the twist in the tail that you need. In order for a small business to succeed, it must either solve a problem or fulfill a need. What is your business going to be doing? Fix a pain or provide a much wanted pleasure all solution. My next goal is set goals that you can reach realistically. Now, the operative words here are goals and realistically. Entrepreneurs are usually highly excitable people because they are creative people, and that's what you are. And if you fall exactly in this mode of excitement, there's a very good chance that you will set unrealistic short-term targets. And that's because you have so much ideas, you have so much creativity and so much excitement for your project. On the other hand, there's also a fair chance that when you're starting a new business, you will underestimate what you'll be managing to do in your long-term goals. You may not even have vision for your long-term goals. You might not be seeing beyond a few months, whereas in fact you should be projecting for a year or even 5-year goals. 5 years from now. Remember that a goal without a timeline is just a dream. And we don't want dreams. We want to start a real business. We will need to break our goals into 3. We need short-term goals, we need medium-term goals, we need long-term goals. We need to start by where exactly it is that we are now to where it is that we're seeing that we want to arrive. And we have to identify our company's mission so that we can be able to chunk it down and do it in portions of doables. Now, another one of my favorite mentors, Dean Graziosi, always says, if you're going to eat an elephant, you have to do it one bite at a time. When you break down your goals from the large vision into more digestible and less daunting goals, you will find that the project of starting your own business is going to be far less intimidating. And this is what we teach at M.Y Biz Academy. We learn how to chunk down our ultimate vision into projects that we can plan in the long term, in the medium term, and in the short term, so that we can actually target what to do on a day-by-day basis. And this becomes a very important way of structuring our business. Because when you break down your goals from the large vision into the more digestible and the less daunting goals, then you will find that your project is going to be easy to achieve. Setting realistically realizable goals is absolutely important for your business, especially if you're just starting out new, or this is just a side hustle that you're trying and you don't have any experience to start and upsetting your daily routine into more stuff that you have to do on a daily basis. The idea is that you at least get one important thing done every single day, because this is how you gain your momentum. It doesn't matter what it is, but anything that you will start off, you will start building on, and it's like climbing a huge staircase, and you do it one step at a time. Set yourself a goal, make sure it's done by the end of the day, and journal it. My third tip: ignore that inner voice that really picks at you to strive for perfection. There are times in life when we have to stop tweaking and testing, and we just have to take this leap of faith and take a deep breath and just go and just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, entrepreneurs are usually really hard on themselves, and they are the ultimate perfectionists. This is especially so if you're starting your own business, because you keep checking what other people are doing, especially if it's a digital business, and you compare yourself time and time again. Remember, imperfections are not inadequacies. And the truth is that your imperfect is probably a lot more perfect than most people will ever aim to achieve. So nothing ever starts off by being perfect. It's just that repetition is the mother of skill. For example, if you're starting out with your own website, your own Facebook group, your new IG channel, your new YouTube channel, it's going to be impossible to get the level of perfection of people who have been doing it for many years. But given time, you will tweak every avenue of your marketing process and you will perfect it. However, do take time to talk to anyone who will listen about your product, about your service. Start journaling your ideas in a website, on a medium, on social media. Start bringing your ideas forward, because if you don't do that, you can create it, but no one is going to buy it. So get feedback, receive from other people, because it is so important on how you internalize your feedback and improve on it. Keep in mind, bear in mind that imperfections, like I said, are not inadequacies. If you do the thing that you do best at the best of your ability and then keep raising the benchmark every time, you're obviously embarking on the best possible course of reaching stellar perfection. Tip number 4, stay focused on the destination and build your passionate community. Now, I have started my business exactly in this way. You have to build your passionate community. Your journey from where you are to where you want to go is a journey. It's where you collect your community. It's where you build your community. How do you think the famous became famous? They started from nothing. They started by collecting people who reviewed them, people who looked at them, people who loved what they were doing, and then people bring in a lot more people. So when your community is made of a few groups, you can start with talking to people in close communities about your passions, about the subjects that you want to create, and in turn, they become your passionate clients. If you're going to be partnering with someone, you should be able to grow this exponentially together, because a community of common interests will bring common customers. If you identify that the people who are passionate as much as you are about your goals, they become your support system. And that is how you will grow, and that is how you will solidify. Finally, you have to follow through. You have to follow through with your commitment. Do what you have to do, but make sure that you show up for yourself, for your business, for your community, and for your clients. When you show up with consistency, this is by far the most exponential reward that you will ever experience. Do what you have to do and show up. Let's face it, this is like going to a gym. When you go for half an hour the first time, you won't go looking at the mirror and think that, oh my goodness, my body has changed so much. You will not see any change in the first place. You will not even see any change in the second day. But when you start going week after week after week, you will see that your whole physiognomy is going to be changing. So after some time, consistency, showing up at the gym, showing up for your business, you will start seeing the changes and the results that you have worked so hard for. Results are only experienced by consistently showing up, following through, and executing. So inhale courage, exhale fear, and just go for it. If you love your idea and if you're passionate about starting your own business, you need to take this leap of faith after going through the checklist that I mentioned above. You don't want to be complacent about your business, because one day you might find that absolutely too much time has passed and your dream and your reality become two different matters altogether. And remember that action paralysis will be the one sure thing that is going to show up and is going to kill your idea and also your business. So failure to take action or questioning everything that is ahead of you is the same amount as business failure. Project yourself 1 year in the future. Think how lovely it will be once you have set up your business, once you have your financial freedom, and describe what this year would look like a year from now. It's going to be the best year of your life. Your dream is just for your goal to happen, From my experience, it's the people who pick a direction and a destination and just go and do it that are the ones who will see success when starting a new business. So I really hope you've enjoyed this session, and if you've taken any good from it, please give some good back by subscribing and hitting the like button. It really means a lot to us, and we will be back next week with more structures on how to start and build your business.